in today's video we're gonna talk about very powerful toys that we can use to repair our old Amigas.
I'd like to thank PCBWay for supporting this episode today. PCBWay offers amazing PCB production, CNC machining, sheet metal fabrication, 3D printing and injection molding. If you are creating, then PCBWay can help you bring your project to life. Get an instant quote right now over at PCBWay.com. I want to thank PCBWay for their support.
When you want to test your Amiga, you will use, for example, a program called Amiga Test Kit. Put it in the floppy drive and it will load the program. And this way you can go in and test the memory and you can test all sort of other stuff. The floppy drive, the keyboard, CIA chips, if they work. That's all fine, right? But how about you buy an Amiga and it has got water battery damage, or one of the CIA chips are dead, or something issue somewhere. And you turn on the screen, you will get a red screen, or a yellow screen, or it will stop at gray screen. What do you do? Or a black screen that just gives a sync and nothing else. Then the floppy drive and disks are useless. What do you then do? You go ahead and get a LOGICA chip. You take out your kickstart ROM and take this LOGICA chip. Make sure this notch is upwards so you install it the correct way. You just put it in your computer. Bam! Ignore the floppy drive. You can take out the floppy drive. It really doesn't matter. Turn on your Amiga. If you have epilepsy, the screen will blink, so look other way right now. This is the old Kickstart 1.3 ROM here. So it will go in and do its magic here. We have got Let's turn off the light here. How does it look? I think it's better this way. We got LOGICA Diagnostics version 2.0 from Stefano. Press any key to enable this device. If your keyboard doesn't work, no panic. You can always use your old mouse also. So if your Amiga has some issues on the motherboard, there's a high chance that this LOGICA will boot up. But not every time. Okay. So, I don't know if you can read this. Let me just read it loud, okay? Amiga type selection menu. I can choose, the keyboard is gone, so we're going to use the mouse, right? Amiga 500, 600, 2000, up to 4000. So OCS, ECS, AGA chipset. So, we're sitting in front of an Amiga 500 now. Press on Amiga 500 and you will get this magical menu. I love this menu. I can go in and choose keyboard test, full keyboard test, and I can test all the keys on the keyboard. Is one of them dead? Do they all work? Light touches. Such a cool way to test. Sequential, special codes, all sort of keyboard tests are included in this program. CIA test. Now, I can test real clock time, preferences. This one, advanced timer test. I don't want to go into that because it takes 4 minutes. It will go on and test the odd and even CIA, really deep dive tested, and I can't quit that test. Read along, but that always tells me if I have to replace one of the CIAs. But this one, precision timer test, is a really fast test, just like the one on the Amiga test kit. Very simple test. And as you can see, CIA A, that's the odd. It takes the timer here, correct value, and this is the CIB even, correct value. Takes a few seconds. It's within the tolerance, so the CIA works. But the other one, this advanced one, oh my God, it's such an amazing test. I love that one. Absolutely love it. I can test the internal disk drive. I can put in Turkane here, deep, random seek. I can just say read only test, and then go in and read. And it's so cool. I can clean the engine that pushes the head back and forth. When it's spinning or moving back and forth, I can clean it with this test, and I can lubricate it. I use it. It's so cool. So you can, with this program, go in and test your floppy drive and repair and adjust and all the stuff you want to do. Let's stop that. I can test parallel port. Never done that. Serial port. Never done that. External drive port. That's cool. Control port. I can go and test. I know the port 0 works because I'm using the mouse. I can test out port 1 with a joystick, up, down, and it will react here on the screen and fire. That's so cool. Press both mouse to exit. So my favorite is actually this one, memory test. It's so cool. Auto config memory, rescan memory, but this one, chip memory test, let's exit that. But this one, Ranger memory test, let's go in there. That will go in and test this one came with a fast RAM card that had some battery issues. I cleaned the battery, and one of the logic chips had a bit of green on one of the legs. Removed, cleaned, put in a socket, put in the original logic chip, and rescanned here, and bam, that card now works perfect. And as you can see, we have tested it. It's so cool. I can test if I have RAM on my PCMCIA, on my Amiga 600, on my Amiga 1200. So cool, 32-bit. This one, CPU slot memory. I have never tested it, but I think if I put in a terrible fire with RAM on there, because if I test here, no memory found. I don't know if that's the case, that it will test the RAM you have on the CPU. That's really, really cool. So again, Logica, deep down, amazing program. Okay, I love it. After that, you can go and make display test. Now, if I want to check a low resolution, as you can see, high resolution, wow. Hold and modify screen, wow. Half bright, wow, it rocks. But I can go in here and say super high res ham 8 screen. Bam! Chipset, graphics chipset detected. Does not support this video mode. So this old OCS Denise chip can't support stuff like that. But really cool. It's over here, you can see, bam, it doesn't support that. Really love this program. You can go in and really test what's going on with every chip. Audio test, how is the Paula doing? I can say auto, and it will, if you can hear, all the different tones in each channel will be tested. That's some deep Paula testing, man. Oh, we have to wait. Yeah, so we're testing Paula now. She's over here and testing all 4 channels. I'm sorry, we can't quit that. But yeah, as you can see, it's not a simple test, just like, you know, Amiga test kit that we love to use. It's really deep dive with this Logica 2.0 from 1997. What an amazing tool to use when you repair your Amigas. All right, that should be it. No. Yeah, beautiful. Higher volume. Come on, stop. Thank you. So the Paula chip works absolutely amazing. Auto test. One of the coolest things is this one. When auto test is, you know, when I press here, oh my God, it will go in, it will geek out. You can see at the preferences, it will eat up your time because it will test so much stuff. But here, I really like this one. Look at this. System info. My CPU is the Motorola 68000. Doesn't have an FPU? No. Doesn't have MMU? No. But here, look at this, DMA. The Agnes, this one, the Agnes is the 8372. that's installed with the Amiga. I mean, if you want to check out some details. The newest chip do I have? It's the 8362, and that's the OCS system. How much chip RAM? I got half megabyte. How much fast RAM? I got half megabyte installed. Such a cool interface. It's so, if I understand this, everybody understands this. Okay, so really nice, and about, as you can see, yeah, there we go. Such a great system. We have one more I want to show you guys, and it will give you some epileptical blinks again. I'm so sorry if you have issues with that. Take care of your eyes right now. Let me see here. It's upwards. That's nice. There we go. Now listen, it will blink, so be careful now. All 1.3s, so beautiful. 3.1s. All right, it does blink, it does blink. Nice. We have got another. There we go. We have got another test chip that's called DiagROM from John Chucky the Gang Hertel, and this is a really nice one. Also, it shows you that this 68,000 CPU, chip RAM, fast RAM, system info. Chip RAM, CPU, yeah. Auto test, you can go in and here. Test. There we go. You can listen to music, really nice. Activate filter on and off, and so on. Really nice. Again, you don't need a keyboard, which is really nice. The only reason I don't use this program I'm not used to this program, this chip, extended chip. Yeah, that's because now this is an old version, okay? Because this Kickstart ROM is a couple of years old, but and I'm sure it has been updated by Chucky Gang. The thing with this version that I have got, I was in panic the first time. When I test my chip memory, that's the built-in RAM. When I test it with this DiagROM, it will give me an error on the chip RAM. And first time I was like, no, I think it was on my Amiga 500 plus build or something, I don't remember. It gave RAM, chip RAM errors, and I was in panic. What's going on? My brand new Amiga 500 plus. So I started, and luckily the chips were socketed. You can see address error detected, something. It was just this program. Because no matter what Amiga I put this one in, no matter which one, and this is again an old version, so the new version won't be like this. Newer versions, they showed issues, RAM issues. Sometimes it counted 200 kilobyte and bam, chip RAM dead, and 250 dead, or 460, bam. Always showed on all my Amigas that the chip RAM, on my Amiga 2000, it didn't care. Chip RAM showed as bad. It can test fast RAM, beautiful. If we let it go up to 1024, as you can see, detecting 03 memory area. It should say 02, I think. Detected 512 kilobyte. And when it goes up to 1024, it should stop. So fast RAM, it will test beautifully. Come on. There we go. So no error messages, no memory found. yeah, I don't know. You have, as you can see, fast scan, 16 megabyte address area, complete memory detection, detected 500 memory between these addresses, detect memory in 32-bit area. We don't have a 32-bit system. Total amount memory detected 512. Yeah. Another cool part on this diagram, we have got IRQ test, which is really cool. As you can see, bam. Level 7 will fail unless you press custom IRQ 7 button, which we didn't. That's why it says 7. But all IRQ tests done. Beautiful. You can go in CPU test. Again, we love, CIA test. I'm so sorry, CIA test. So test CIA A and CIA B, both odd and even. As you can see, beautiful stuff. You can also use this program, and so many people on eBay are selling the diagROM chip. So go in and just write Amiga diagROM on eBay and you can get this. It has, what was that, experimental, I'm not gonna try that. Graphic test, again, you can look at a picture on low res. Wow, you have all the colors. So it's really nice, this diagROM. I like it. Port test, parallel, serial, mouse, as you can see, joystick test. So it is a very clever system. I like it. Disk drive test, experimental. We're not going to press anything on experimental. We have got keyboard test, other test, real-time clock. Yeah, and that's about it. Isn't it beautiful, guys? So you can use your disks, you can use your diagROM, and you can use LOGICA. It's so cool. And with diagROM, if you have a bad CAA chip, it will boot up, and when you go into CAA test, it will go and see. It will gonna write your odd or your even CA. One of them is dead, so you can detect failure in here. Oh, I took the experimental. Yeah. In this way, you can go and test your chips. Yesterday I tested my fast RAM expansion card that had issues. Beautiful way to repair your Amiga with. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you can use some of this info to repair your Amigas, because every repaired Amiga is a great Amiga, right? So I just want to spread the love with you guys, so you can maybe learn something. And then, oh, we got a red screen there. And then we just go back and check out. Now we tested with. And don't get me wrong with this what was it called? diagROM, don't get me wrong. I know that Chucky Gang is improving this chip, and I'm sure that newer versions are out. My set version 1.2 or something out there. Oh, we have a disk inserted. We got Turkins. Oh, we can also end this video in a really cool way, guys. Look at this gigantics. Listen to this. Oh yes, listen to this. Oh, it's so awesome. It's so magical. So it has got this mechanical arm that turns, and it's just so awesome, man. I love this drive. It's blinks and everything. It's just, back then, when we were small kids, they were so expensive. Oh, I can hear it read. Wow. Can you see up top of the screen? Yes, you can. So we have got 512 kilobytes of chip RAM, 512 kilobytes of slow RAM, and 512 kilobytes of fast RAM. So in total 1.5 megabytes of RAM. That was magical back then. I know now people have got 2 gigabytes of RAM or 4 gigabytes in a Raspberry Pi. It's not Amiga, okay? This was magical back then. I mean, the old Workbench, it was so the games were made for 1 megabytes of RAM. So if you want to play games from your GoTech, a drive like this, as you can see, this is a floppy drive. You just take out these 2 cables and insert this GoTech drive instead, and put in a USB stick, and you can play all your games. All you need is 68,000 CPU at 7 megahertz and 1 megabyte of RAM. That's what you need. 99% of the Amiga games were made for that setup. Today we don't like to use these old floppy disks. We want to play games through WSD load. Then I will recommend 020, 030 CPU and 8 megabytes of RAM. Everything over that, it doesn't matter. Unless you're a dork just like me back in 2018. The old RETROCENGO that was just obsessed with playing Doom on Amiga, where the resolution was bad, when the audio experience was bad, when the keyboard was not the same as back then, or playing Quake. Then you will go in and put in Raspberry Pi and screw everything up and try to play PC games on your Amiga. It's so stupid. I was so stupid back then. Now I paid 20 euros for a Pentium 1 system at, I think it runs at 200 megahertz. I'm playing Quake, I'm playing Doom. I have everything on that 20 euro PC. Okay, I mean, if you want to play PC games, buy a cheap PC. They're everywhere. If you want to enjoy your Amiga as an Amiga, this is a great setup. This is some old, I mean, it's so cool, man. I really like this old system. Yes, I am a purist. What was the other one? I'm called 2 things. Purist and what's the last word, man? Elitist. I have learned purist is a guy that likes Amiga as an Amiga, and elitist, I think it's a guy that wants only Amiga 4000 or some bull like that. I don't know. I don't care. People like that just gets blocked. And everybody else, I hope you enjoyed this one. What a great way to end this video, man. Wow, absolutely wow. Have a great day out there. RETROCENGO is gonna play Doom.